Southwest Airlines. The Dallas-based airline that's been a game changer in air travel for over 50 years. Southwest has created a unique flying experience with a very loyal fan base. In the middle of some big changes in how it operates, we were invited to the company's headquarters for a rare look inside.
That's your actual engine.
Everything from the massive flight simulator facility
approaching 1, 2.
It is very busy.
to the crews working on the ramp. Even inside founder Herb Kelleher's office.
Herb had a personal connection with just about anyone he met.
And we're bringing you along with us.
Good morning, everyone. I'm plane jockey Kevin. We're here at Terminal 1 here at LAX. We are heading to Dallas Love Field for a behind-the-scenes tour of Southwest Airlines.
They're not usually our first choice when flying, but hey, we're headed to the home of the airline. No better time to buy Southwest tickets and get the total experience.
As you guys all know, I haven't really flown Southwest in many years. It's been a while. Today we're flying on a 737 MAX 8. First time on a 737 MAX 8. Now what do? Oh, we start here. Just scan it.
After finally figuring out the check-in scanner, we check some luggage.
As we all know, Southwest is starting to charge for bags. I'm carrying 2 carry-ons. One backpack will go underneath the seat. The other one has the equipment for the video shoot, which is in our lovely Airline Videos Live suitcase. So I am checking a bag. So I used to have the bags fly free. Let's see what this costs me now. $35. It's not too bad. That's actually not too bad. Where's the bag drop at? Oh, right here. Morning.
Boarding gate is 14. You're free.
Cool.
You can go down that one.
Thank you.
Then we trek over to our gate.
All right, almost time to head to Dallas Love Field. Since I haven't flown Southwest in a really long time and I paid extra for the A1 through 15 boarding, I have no idea where to even line up. Is it the left side or the right-hand side?
While figuring out where to line up,
Keep in mind it is open seating once on board. Choose whatever seat you like that is available.
I'm reminded why I normally fly other airlines.
Once again, here at Southwest, there are no assigned seats just yet.
So again, we're about to board my first ever 737 MAX 8 Southwest. Morning. Some candy for the crew. You're welcome. I just wanted that seat I was taking.
Southwest is ending open seating in early 2026. A good move if you ask me.
Boy, there is no space. So we're in row 8, which is open seating, and I was trying to get a seat so we can, give you a good view of the wing and the engine as we take off. And one of the left side of the plane is, you know how it is, Murphy's Law, the first seat, or the person in front of me, grab my seat. So now I'm here on the right-hand side. Never been a fan of the open seating.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy our 2-hour, 40-minute flight into Dallas Love Field.
Love Field, here we come.
On behalf of the flight crew and Southwest Airlines, we'd like to welcome you to our home, Dallas Love Field.
Let it begin. Our behind-the-scenes tour of Southwest Airlines headquarters in Dallas.
Good morning, everybody. Paul here with the 8:30's Ops Brief.
Our tour starts with the morning briefing at the NOC, or Network Operations Control.
What's impressive is only 0 cancellations, so 100% completion factor.
The massive nerve center for all of Southwest's daily operations across the globe. Valerie Cook, who leads dispatch training and standards, guides us through this 24/7 operation.
We are the largest domestic carrier. We have over 4,000 flights a day that get dispatched out of this NOC. We have over 800 employees that come in and out daily. This is one of the largest NOCs probably out there out of all of the majors. We have a lot of different work groups. We have crew scheduling, we have in-flight scheduling, we also have our network superintendents, network customer planners, we have dispatchers, we have chiefs of dispatch, chiefs of network. There's a lot of different work groups that are in here that are trying to maintain the operation, keep it going.
Among the many crucial roles at the NOC, aircraft dispatchers are the last line of communication with pilots.
The aircraft dispatcher really is in charge of joint joint operational control with the aircraft with the captain. We're the ones that plan the flight. We make sure that it's fueled for safety, fueled efficiently. We build everything from the weather packet to the flight release. If our flight is going to be impacted by a line of weather, the dispatcher is the one that's communicating with them, trying to help them find an area in which they can get through or get past that weather. Some of our dispatchers can have anywhere upwards to about 10 to 15 flights in the air at once. They're the ones that are on the ground. If there's any emergencies en route on the aircraft, they're the ones that the pilots contact so that we can make sure that the flight is safely landing.
Following a crippling network meltdown in 2022, Southwest invested heavily in new programs and technology to avoid a repeat of that very challenging time.
Right over here, you'll see that we have Flight Keys, which is our new flight planning system that we launched in 2024. We can message our crews, we build the release from here, as well as our other tools. We use Jepson charts so that we can review the actual flight planning. And on the left-hand side over here, we have our flight following system. So that's Fusion that we use to kind of flight follow and monitor the progress of the flight.
That investment also includes a major expansion to the NOC facility itself.
We are actually also remodeling our downstairs, our second floor, and we're about to create this into a 2-floor of the NOC. We'll be moving into our second floor of the NOC in 2026. We're definitely expanding. We're one of the largest operations out there. But I like to say this is the heart of the airline. This is what kind of keeps it going every day, day in, day out.
All right, here we go.
Next, we're off to see the extensive hands-on training that takes place here, starting with the airport experience. A recreation of baggage check-in gates with a movie set vibe, where new employees can role play in what looks and feels like an actual airport. Walking through these hallways, the culture of Southwest is on full display. Unique employee break areas and pieces of Southwest history, like this Quicket vending machine where flyers could actually buy tickets in the 1980s and 90s. And there's plenty of space for all of it.
The campus here is so large that it takes a bridge to connect all 3 buildings.
You can definitely get your steps in here. After our workout, we met up with Skyla Mackey, who oversees flight attendant training and continuing education.
This is CJ. This is our Max 8 simulator. This is dedicated to CJ Bostic. She was our first African-American flight attendant here at Southwest. We'll come through here, and again, this is to give candidates the most realistic experience that we can. It's got the doors that are fully operable that we can utilize. If you come inside here, our cabin seats as well as our overwing window exits that we have. We can run through pretty much all phases of flight on here. Specifically, CJ, we utilize for emergency training, opening the door in emergency mode, fighting fires. We give them specific things that they may be experiencing in the cabin. And then all of a sudden you see, and our oxygen mask will actually deploy. And the expectation is, okay, passengers, don the oxygen mask. Flight attendants, what are your proper procedures? What do you do? I think something's happening, right? So this is part of our emergency training, teaching flight attendants how to fight fire on an aircraft if they have it. We've got different sound effects, and we've also got different visuals by the screaming. So if we did want to incorporate any crash sounds or anything like that, we could. As a flight attendant, do I want to experience this? No. Am I prepared? Yes.
Candidates also get training in older 737 variants.
So this is Curry. This is our 700 seat or simulator. The cutouts here, it kind of gives a window for candidates if they're sitting on the bleachers, they're able to observe, as well as instructors. If I'm out here, I can walk through and make sure candidates they're understanding and I'm able to follow what multiple people are doing.
Next up, what to do after a water landing.
Place the vest over your head.
Starting with vest inflation.
Wrap the strap around your waist, buckle it in front, pull to tighten, and then for proper inflation, we pull this red belt.
And using a raft.
We would show them how to enter the raft. They would all get in it and be seated inside. We'd also have an instructor inside the raft as well. And then we go through the ditching equipment that we have.
Finally, no flight attendant training would be complete without the slide.
They'll have their arms out in front, and then they'll just need to successfully jump onto the slide when you're ready. There you go, very nice. Just because something maybe doesn't happen as frequently doesn't mean we don't need to be prepared for it. If it does happen, we need to know what to do.
Now it's time for one of the highlights of our time here at Southwest headquarters, the 737 simulators. Located in the Lead Center, the airline's main hub for pilot training.
We don't want it to be like a white corporate training facility.
But before we hop in one of the simulator cockpits, we chat with Alan Schofield, who manages logistics and hospitality in the Lead Center.
And we want them to feel like they are at home. I mean, especially our new hire pilots, they're here for about 50 days in training.
She tells us more about the importance of showcasing Southwest culture and history for current and future pilots.
So it's supposed to make them feel a little bit more at home, at ease, be able to celebrate our pilot group. Everything has been donated by either current or past pilots. So here we've got some different spacesuits and such. We have stuff from some prisoners of war that we've had. We have all kinds of military service.
All of this helping build a uniquely Southwest team of pilots as they go through rigorous training. Much of it taking place here.
Every time people walk into this sim bay and see this for the first time, jaws drop.
Mark Griglis leads flight training operations for Southwest.
Our facility is very unique. The size and the scope of our simulation bay here is really unprecedented.
So we have 26 full motion flight simulators total. We have 10 800s that are on this side over here. We have 4 remaining 700s over here, and then the rest of the 26 are all of our MAX 8s.
All our pilots are here in Dallas for their training. We don't have multiple facilities, so it's one of the reasons why it's so large. There is a lot of training involved, especially onboarding new pilots, upgrading first officers to captain. And every year our pilots come back here for training in this facility.
Seeing all this up close is beyond impressive. And of course, some Southwest personality is on display, with rubber chickens hanging from every simulator for good luck.
Well, here we are at our full flight simulator.
Now it's time to go inside the 737-800.
If you come inside here, you'll see a very similar cockpit environment. Typically, we'll have the pilots up front. This is our instructor operating station, or IOS. This is where our instructors can manipulate the lesson plans, all different functionality. They can control the weather, all different malfunctions, run different scenarios. And from a pilot's perspective, how they fly is almost identical. The training adapts to what we see out on the line. What are the challenges that not only our pilots are facing, but what are the challenges that as an industry we're facing?
The profile that we have located right now, you can see with all the mountains around us, we're in Bozeman, Montana.
Zach Land, a pilot instructor for Southwest, joins us in the cockpit to demonstrate a challenging takeoff.
It's a little more challenging just because we have all the terrain around us, especially when you lose an engine or something like that, to have the performance to climb out, make it over the mountains.
So you as a pilot don't know what Mark's gonna throw at you, right?
Right now I don't know, so.
Southwest 826 Bozeman Tower, wind 210 at 7. RNAV, Big Sky, runway 12, clear for takeoff.
Okay, RNAV to Big Sky, clear for takeoff, runway 12.
Approaching 1, 2.
Lining up on the runway here, and we've been cleared for takeoff.
Runway.
And then I'm gonna push the throttles up. I'm gonna advance them to about 40% here just to spool up the engines. We're gonna call out V1 and then rotate. And then once we're climbing away, positive rate, landing gear up. And then Mark's throwing an emergency at me. So I've got an overheat detected. I'm gonna silence the bell there, and I'm gonna look down and confirm, and it looks like I've got an issue. I've got a #1 engine overheat or fire down here. I'm looking at my engines, they look to be operating normally. So I'm gonna keep cleaning up here, getting above the terrain. I'm gonna start retracting my flaps on schedule. So I'm gonna disengage the auto throttle. Thrust lever affected engine confirmed. So I'm gonna go all the way to close on that. Cut off on this engine here. It's gonna disengage the autopilot. Engine fire switch affected engine confirm, and then pull. It turns off the fuel hydraulics to that engine just to decrease the fire hazard there. I've got a bottle discharge there, so that just discharged the fire bottle into the engine. And then my overheat light and the light in the handle went out. So that's telling me we successfully put out the engine fire. A nice day like this, we'd go back to Bozeman probably and just fly a nice stable instrument approach in.
As if an engine fire wasn't enough,
Landing at LAX in really bad, dense fog.
Okay. We've got the sim set up, so the ceiling, how high the clouds are, and the visibility down the runway are super low.
Current weather at LAX is 50-foot ceilings overcast and 600 feet visibility. This will be representing the lowest weather minimums that we can operate this aircraft to. But what we're gonna see here is just how low the visibility and ceiling can be using the heads-up guidance.
Ready to fly.
3, 2, 1, you're flying.
Landing gear is coming down. We're gonna go flaps 15.
Southwest Tower, Southwest 826, runway 24 right, cleared to land.
Hey, clear to land 24 right, Southwest 826.
There we go.
Safely on the ground, we see firsthand how important this facility is.
It's a huge effort, but something, again, if we're going to provide this world-class training, we want to be able to provide our pilots with a world-class training facility.
Let's head outside now and get up-close action on the Love Field ramp.
Very busy place. The biggest key is time. We're always on the clock, Rain, sleet, snow, it doesn't matter. We're outside and we're working it. I love it. I've been out here 30 years.
Shane Parker is a Southwest ramp agent.
Dallas Love Field, it's our hub. We have the largest gate utilization in the entire system. First thing in the morning, our originating aircraft, they're generally full. It starts picking up again around noon, and it rocks pretty much until 6 o'clock at night. So right here, we got an aircraft pulling in. We got 2 wing walkers on each side. We have a flag marshal. We're going to marshal in on the front of the aircraft.
Ramp agent Jack Blue guides us over to this flight that's just landed.
The aircraft is just pulled into the gate. We're in the process of unloading our bags. First thing usually off will be your strollers, car seats, wheelchairs. This belt loader is called our Power Stow belt loader. It's really quite unusual. It goes all the way in the aircraft. These rollers turn, so it helps the baggage agent to let the bag slide out. We got 2 carts here right now. This cart right here is your transfers coming in. Airplanes landed. These people are going on to another aircraft, flying out of Dallas, moving on to San Antonio or whatever city they're going to. On this side of the belt loader, you have the local people. They're coming in to Dallas to stay.
At the same time, bags that will be heading out in just minutes are being collected nearby and loaded onto the plane. And don't forget your pretzels and ginger ale.
So right here we have Provo. Provisioning comes in. They put all your snacks, drinks, any kind of beverages that we're going, your beer and wine and all that, they come in and deliver that stuff here in the aircraft. It's a quick operation. Everybody's moving as fast as we can go to get the job done. But you got to stay safe out here. Everything out here is steel and metal. If you don't have the teamwork, knowing what the next guy's going to do and how he has your back and you have his, it'll never make it.
After a wing walker looks over this plane that will be departing soon. An exciting first for me.
We're here on the ramp and I'm on board the pushback truck and we're about to push back the 737 MAX 8.
Before we head over to our next stop, Jack and Shane want to say,
we are the same Southwest with the little changes here and there, coming up with the seats and the new areas that we have inside the aircraft. Down on this end, we are the same airline. We genuinely love the company and we'll do whatever it takes to get these things turned. We do love the people who come fly on us. You're the reason I come to work every day. We are a family airline and we always have been. The heart matches us.
And keeping all these planes flying safely. The team inside Southwest Hangar.
We're in Bay 1 of the Dallas hangar.
This place is huge.
We have 6 total hangar bays here. This is Mecca, Dallas's home.
Chad Ryan, who's in charge of technical operations at the Love Field hangar, shows us around.
Dallas is the only place in the Southwest system we have heavy maintenance. It's kind of the place where we take them apart, put them back together. One of the aircraft that's right behind me is a heavy maintenance aircraft.
Chad explains what a heavy check involves.
It comes here for a check anywhere from 12 to, say, about 28 days, depending on which check we're doing. This is one of our newer MAX aircraft. It's here in Dallas right now for its 6Y check. The Y basically stands for years, so it's 6 years old. The Y checks start every 2 years. You catch a different piece of the aircraft every time that it comes in. We have the flaps down, have the ground spoilers up. You're looking for leaks, you're looking for any kind of damage. We always concentrate on your leading edges of your tail and the leading edges of your verticals. It'll take bird strikes, and if we blow a tire, that's where the tire, comes off and catches the airplane. And then we're always checking the elevators and the tabs to make sure that all this is good, because without this, you don't fly. He's working on the slat there, looking for wear and tear items, anything that might be leaking, anything might be loose. You always want to look at your turbine blades, all in your rear. Right. We're looking for oil leaks out of here. These engines, they're a high bypass turbofan, so the actual engine is only this small piece here. You're always checking your spinner, you're checking your blades, you're looking for any kind of damaged nicks. All engines are the same. When you're dealing with a jet, it's suck, squeeze, bang, blow. It sucks air in, squeezes it down in the combustion chamber. You introduce fuel and spark, you get your bang, and it blows out the back.
We head up now to see the checks inside the cabin.
They have the seats out, of course. They started taking out some of the floorboard. These are overhead bins. They'll touch all these up where they're scarred up and beat up. Check all the latches, make sure they're latched, make sure that the shocks come down. They come down slow so you don't clobber somebody with it. All of our seats, as it's in for a check, they all get looked over. I think it's every 6 years they go out and we put a new set on. These galleys are gone. You can remove this whole thing here, and then we have a shop. You can send these down there and those guys refurbish all these for us. Depending on which level of check it is, depends on how deep we go in the cockpit. We rip everything out. We can take all the instruments out, take the whole glare shields out, seats out, everything. These guys, they're pros. They go through everything, make sure it's all right, put everything back together.
Back down on the ground.
Running around the system, the way we fly our airplanes, we cycle them hard, so to get one in after 6 years, it still looks this clean. It's really nice.
When engines need more attention, they head over here.
This is the Dallas engine shop. We don't do any really heavy overhaul. We do all LRUs, line replaceable units. We do everything on the outside. We'll take off all the valves, all the exterior pieces on it. We can change out, the fuel pumps, and, we change all the fuel nozzles. They come in here, they get freshened up. We turn them back around and we send them back out. Southwest, the way we fly our aircraft, we cycle them so much. We do 9 to 10 cycles a day at their aircraft. So we're going to see stuff before a lot of other carriers see them. We see a lot of safety stuff before it's ever a safety event. 24 hours, 7 days a week. If you want banker's hours, aircraft maintenance is not going to be for you.
After an action-packed tour of so many cool things at Southwest Home, we end our time here in a very special spot. Here at the Corporate Archives.
These are some of our lounge seats that came off of a 737-200 when it retired.
Richard West, who's a corporate historian, shows off those classic party seats.
These were a pretty big piece of our operation for those first 34 years. They're the ones that have the higher back that faced aft. A lot of people remember the peanuts and pretzels that we served for many years. The last peanuts, they retired in July of 2018. At the beginning, if you were flying on Southwest, we had these destination-specific boarding passes where the color would actually match your bag tag as well.
And who remembers these?
So the plastic boarding passes, they were introduced in 1980, and then they were eventually retired in July of 2002. If you were, let's say, the 51st person to check in at the gate podium for your flight, you'd get this boarding pass number 51. The Love Potion, that was our very first onboard beverage menu. It's got some really creative names like Dracula's Delight and the Big Apple Juice.
We could literally spend all day here. But no look at the history of Southwest could be complete without this.
We're in Herb Kelleher's office.
A very rare chance to go inside the founder's office.
This is identical to the way it looked when Herb was coming in almost daily up until his passing in January of 2019. Taking care of your employees so that they'll take care of our customers was certainly a highlight of something that we learned from Herb. And he was someone who had a personal connection with just about anyone he met.
Herb was also known for his laugh. And it's been preserved just outside the archives office for employees to hear with the push of a button.
That's a recording of Herb's iconic laugh. There's actually 3 different versions of that. Bang! That laugh really was one of the things that a lot of people remember about his personality.
Right next door to Herb's office.
These 2 offices were connected literally with a door that was right here. Colleen Barrett started off as Herb's legal assistant at his law office in San Antonio in 1968 while he was working to get Southwest off of the ground for the first time. She had many different roles at Southwest. When Herb announced his retirement as CEO and president in early 2001, the board named Colleen Barrett as his successor. She was the first female president of any major airline in the US. Colleen really is the mother of our corporate culture in terms of how we take care of each other. Everything that we do today, it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for Herb Kelleher and Colleen Barrett. You know, Herb has a lot of famous quotes out there, but you know, one of, I think, my favorite recently that we've heard a lot of is, if you don't change, you die. So evolving to meet the needs of your customers, that was a big piece of what Herb taught us.
With these words, we finish an amazing tour of Southwest headquarters. As we head back to LA, I have some final thoughts on Southwest and our time here.
What an impressive campus that Southwest Airlines has here right outside of Dallas Love Field. It's a well-oiled machine. Walking around there for the last couple of days, you can see the excitement in the employees' faces. They truly, truly love where they work. They love Southwest Airlines. You can see that they really embraced the history of that airline in the last 50 years. I have to give a shout out to Southwest Airlines for allowing Airline Videos Live through the doors of that airline. They have not, in many, many years, allowed a media source to come in and basically look at their business from the inside. That's a big deal. And we really appreciate Southwest doing that for us as well as you, the viewers watching this.
Seeing this company operate up close was truly impressive. Thank you, Southwest, for an unforgettable experience at Love Field.